and girls?
Hey.
Okay. Okay, good. Alright, good afternoon to you. This is our ELA class, okay? And we'll be talking about curse and guilt. Okay? Based from the lesson that we have read before. Who could tell us about the story that we read before? Who was it about? Just this minute.
It was Stanley's punishment was to dig holes.
Okay, so here we were talking about the story about this character in the story. So the character in the story is Stanley, okay?
Okay.
And Stanley had a situation where he had to dealing with curse and guilt. Okay? You know what do you think when you talk about the word curse? What do you think?
It means
A curse?
okay. It was the curse was
Like a spell?
a spell.
Okay, a curse could be a spell, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So yes, a curse is something that, okay, it has been put on him. Something that he didn't do, okay? So, what do you think about guilt? What do you think about guilt?
It's wrong.
It's guilty was
Okay. Well, guilty is when you feel guilty of doing something that you did not do. Okay? That's what it is. When you're guilty, you felt that you did something wrong. You did something wrong, or somebody believed you did something wrong, that you are being responsible for it. Okay? So, we're going to look at this short story from Teach Town. It's adapted. You know, Teach Town is where we get our lesson, and it's already modified for you. So, look at the paper, look at the passage in front of you, and let's read. Okay?
Okay.
I'll read for you. Just follow on. Look at the paper. Stanley believed his family had a curse. The curse came from a long time ago. His great-great-grandfather broke a promise. Stanley felt guilty, even though it was not his fault. Stanley had bad luck and went to Camp Green Lake. He dug holes every day in the hot sun. Stanley thought the curse caused his problem. He wanted to fix the mistake. Okay? So who was guilty?
Stanley.
Stanley.
And what was the punishment for his guilt?
You go to Camp Rest and dig holes.
You finish everything in one?
Yeah.
It was the shovel.
Okay. So how does the curse feel? How does Stanley feel?
Tired and worn out.
Yes, and
Washed.
And
He feel washed away and drained.
You just okay. I like what you're saying, because you're putting yourself in his feelings. You're getting involved in his feelings, and I like that. Okay? So, yes, how did he feel?
sad.
It made him feel sad.
It feels mad.
And he felt mad too, because he haven't done anything. Have anyone ever said something to you, make you feel guilty, and you know you did not do it?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, no.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we are human, so things happen, okay? So the curse makes Stanley feel guilty and cause problem, because, you know, when they say you put a spell on you, you can't help yourself. You just see a shoe and you pick it up. And the shoe is there. Nobody wasn't around you. You didn't thought you steal it, but you pick it up. And there was a problem. So he felt bad. What did I do? You ever look at, imagine, he did this to me. And you always, say somebody did this to you, and you say, okay, maybe you didn't do it or whatever. So we're looking at the word curse and guilty. So you understand what it is to be cursed and guilty, okay?
Okay.
So, Stanley being cursed, did you know who caused the curse?
Yes, his
His father. No,
his grandfather.
Okay. So in the story, yes, it was, when you say you have a curse, it was a generational curse. It was from his great-great-grandfather who made a promise and did not fulfill the promise, and the promise go down on generations. So young Stanley inherited the curse. But nowadays we said curse can be reversed, okay? So, as I said, the theme is about guilt and curse. So, and we look at this young little boy who was guilty, and because he had a curse on him, okay? So it was his father, his family had a curse, he inherited the curse. And what have you learned from it today as children, as students? Based on the word curse.
Oh, that curse mean that people can put something on you. It don't always mean that you cussing.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So after Stanley, they found him guilty with the shoes, and they said they sent him they said he had to get a punishment. Okay, so where did Stanley go?
He went to the Stanley went to the Stanley went to Camp Green.
Okay. Was it a camp that you would expected to go?
No.
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 What happened at the camp?
They had to dig every day.
Okay.
The punishment was to
Okay. The punishment was that he would dig holes every day. Okay? So that was his punishment as a young child. So, for this story, I'll ask you this question. What is curse? What is the word curse?
It means to get cursed.
Yeah.
It means the same curse word.
Okay. What is the word guilt? When you felt guilty, how does it make you feel?
Upset.
Make you upset, right? And you try.
Even though it was not his fault.
Yeah.
So when you're guilty, you try to make things better.
Yes.
How would you try to make things better?
Or getting evidence that it wasn't my fault.
Well, you're going to prove your case. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So Stanley would want to try. He thought about what happened because as children, your grandparents or your mama will tell a story of your family history, and then you remember that that was a curse on their family. So when he saw this thing happen to him, all he could remember that it's the curse that caused him to get into this situation, and he's going to try to fix the curse. So, young boys and girls, with these two words, curse and guilty, that every day in school today, we will try to avoid negative things. That would say we have curse on us. We'll say, okay, we are not cursed. We can get over the situation. Alright? So, tell me, what have you learned overall, one at a time?
It means to get cussed out, and the same curse. It wasn't getting. It was bad word.
Okay. And okay, now what have you learned?
curse with bad luck.
Okay. So, with visually, I know you like technology. So, looking at it, you see this word? Problem. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, curse and guilt, there's a problem. And you have a solution to it. Okay? So, sometimes we have problems, what we do. Or if you have problem at school, what you do, you go to the counselor, right?
Yeah.
And they help you to solve the problem. You got a solution right there. You see, problem and solution is like a puzzle. You have to get to the facts of it to put the pieces together. Alright? So Stanley, as a young boy, he was into that situation where he have this situation, he have a problem. This problem that they accuse him of stealing, and he was to go to Camp Green Lake. And the biggest problem for him is to know when he realized the punishment was to dig holes every day. Like at school, when you have a problem, when you're into a situation, where do they send you?
ISS.
It's
No, they send you home.
To Miss Harvey.
Well, I ain't
One at a time.
It is sent this for the jail.
All right. So at school, when you did something wrong, when you're guilty of doing something wrong, where did they send you?
So I
Counseling?
said,
When you go to ISS, what is your punishment?
stand up for the rest of the day, stand up for a week.
Okay, and when you stay there, what you do? You think of what you could do better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so think about these two words, guilty and cursed, and knowing that we don't have to be guilty. We can work things out, and then you don't have to have a curse on you. You can try to do better to erase it. All right? Thank you, class, for participating in this class.